You know the worst thing is, yeah, he's a midfielder, and like I said, our team right now is in disarray. We're like a Premier League pack of polos. Like, we've got nothing in the middle. Bagel FC, no DM. You know who we got playing DM? Alicia Keys, no one. We were oozing soul.
Yes, only one place to start, and that is with our social media influencer and YouTuber Expressions Oozing.
Come on.
Fresh from the Christmas quiz against Robbie.
W's only.
Yeah.
I won. You know what I mean? You don't try to give me a trophy. It wasn't
You were
for
saying
that.
you almost got cheated.
Yeah, I did almost get cheated. Obviously, I got all of my questions right. They wanted it to make it look close, you know what I'm saying? But we all know that Tottenham's on top like a seeded bun, so it weren't close. You know what I mean? I had Robbie on strings, I won. I got all W's out here only.
Obviously, he's a big Tottenham fan, so stay with us. We're going to be talking all things Tottenham over the course of the hour. We'll be covering a range of topics. We're going to kick off with Christian Eriksen, because Inter Milan's chief executive, Giuseppe Marotta, has confirmed they are interested in signing the midfielder, but he says they have made no contact with Tottenham so far. So the big question then, should he stay or should he go in this window, Christian Eriksen?
He needs to go. He definitely needs to go. Like, I'm not forgetting everything that he's done for us, you know what I'm saying? Great player. Crystal Eric sensational, I coined it. He's done all he can for us, but this season he's been non-existent. He's been chosen, like Mourinho wakes up, I think he thinks he sees Luka Modric or something, but for me, he's just on the pitch, cutting grass. It's like a lawnmower, you know what I mean? He's not doing enough. Certain times we've got a hologram on the pitch. We're playing with 10 men, do you know what I'm saying? His corners can't beat the first man. Gary Coleman corners, they're always short. So, like, I don't understand. Like, he's not playing enough for me. One thing I can say is if he had a season, like, the only time I'd let him go for free is if he had a season like Gareth Bale. You see Gareth Bale before he left, he was firing. Nearly got us to that top 4 spot. Yeah, we came up a little bit short, but we were lucky to have him. We saw he was changing the game. Eriksen, if you're going to leave for free after we paid for you, show me that heart. Show me them performances. Don't just come and then be walking away like Craig David in the summer for free. I can't be dealing with that. Come on.
But don't you think Tottenham have a better chance of getting in the top 4 this season if Christian Eriksen's in the team, no?
That's how I know you weren't listening to me. When he gets chosen, we've got 10 men on the pitch. I'm telling you, yeah, he scored that wonderful free kick. He did. Thank you for that. But honestly, like, other than that, I just don't know. Like, baby oil on his football boots, no touch. Like, it's like he's not the same man. He's not I think he just wants to go. So if he wants to go, let's get some money for him. I know clubs ain't going to want to pay. Do you know what I'm saying? If I could take a girl out for free, why am I going to want to pay? You know what I mean? I'll wait a couple of months. But realistically, if we can get any money out of him, let's get it. I'll take it. I'll do a swap deal, 5 million. I'll take a pack of peanuts. We need to take something. Like, we can't just let him go on the free. Them days are over.
Well, how would you feel then if he went to Manchester United or another Premier League team?
You know what? At first, it was, I don't want him to leave. I'd rather him go abroad, this, that, and the other. But for me, what I've seen so far, I know he's not a player that's finished. I know he'll go to another team and he'll look exceptional. But for me, if he goes to Man United, we need a player in return. That's it. Man United could have him right now if you'd give me maybe a Rashford or it ain't going to happen, but a Rashford or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, United fans, if you want to have your say there, hashtag transfer talk at Sky Sports News. So you think go? What I mean, we've seen Toby Alderweireld signing new contracts. We're going to talk about Jan Vertonghen later, but there's no way for you. You can't see Christian Eriksen signing a new contract.
You know the worst thing is, yeah, he's a midfielder, and like I said, our team right now is in disarray. We're like a Premier League pack of polos. Like, we've got nothing in the middle. Bagel FC, no DM. You know who we got playing DM? Alicia Keys, no one. You know them way there. That's who we've got playing DM. Nothing there. So our defence is under siege. I'm going to games. We haven't kept a clean sheet since Dembele went off to China. Do you know what I mean? We haven't kept a clean sheet since then. We can't potty train these, man. Our defence is done. That's what it is. So in the middle, yeah, I'd like to say, we need a midfielder. Maybe Eriksen can cover there. But nah, he's not doing enough. He is not doing enough. Like, our midfield, like, it's non-existent. I'm telling you, our formation at times is 4-2. You know what I mean? Not 4-4-2, 4-2. It's like a bagel. You know what I mean? There's just nothing there. So for me, we need to bring in a DM, someone solid. Like, Eriksen, he can go. Like, that's it. Like, I even said, send him to Aston Villa, let's take Jack Grealish. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I'm forgetting about the names and that now. I just want talent. You know what I'm saying?
OK, that's what Expressions Oozing thinks. I think he's made himself clear, don't you think?
Yeah, I think a polo and a bagel with nothing in the middle. I particularly like those ones. He also said he'd take a bag of peanuts for Eriksen right now. Expressions just like, you said there that how you want him to go, and you talk about potentially going to a Premier League club. Would you prefer Tottenham to flex the muscles and say, right, you're not going to a Premier League club, I would prefer to let you go for free rather than you go to a rival right now?
But if he goes for free, then we could have a Sol Campbell thing all over again, you know what I mean? Because he can go anywhere, you know what I mean? So just because he can go for free don't mean that he can't come to the Premier League, right? He could still go to an Arsenal, a Man United, you know what I mean? So if we could sell him right now, even for $5 million to Inter Milan, I would do that. I would do that to stop him from going for free to a Premier League club. 100% I would do that. Do you know what I mean?
What about those stats that Emma just said there? You're losing that type of quality of player.
We lost that last season. Yeah, like we haven't seen, like I said, like I'm not being like blind to it. I've seen Eriksen since he's come. I've seen him in poor form. I've seen him, you know what I mean, dip in and out of form. But this is just something else. This looks like a man that's not interested. Do you know what I mean? For me, it's like you can play 90 minutes, you can run around, you can do all of that. But for me, it's the heart. It's the heart and passion. You can have a bad game, but I need to see heart, passion, and desire. And for me, that's gone. Do you know what I mean? For me, he's just there, like I said, cutting grass.
Have you seen anything in Giovanni Lo Celso to make you think he could be the long-term replacement? Because you can sign him, you've got that clause in there.
See, the thing is with Lo Celso is he needs time, and Mourinho doesn't look. I don't think Mourinho will play him, innit? Like Poch signed Lamela, Foyth, Lo Celso, the Argentinians, Paulo as well. You know what I mean? Poch is a manager that can make players better. I don't think Mourinho's a manager that can make players better. Mourinho's a player where if you're not performing, then he'll buy someone else, and he'll buy a 30-odd-year-old, you know what I mean, over him, innit? I don't think Mourinho's a manager that can make players better, but he is a winner, you know what I mean? So the players will look up to him and be like, you know what? I'll listen to you for 4 hours. I will do these 100-metre sprints 5 days a week because you know what? You've won something. Whereas Poch, when Poch is telling these men to train 5-6 days a week, they're like, hold on a minute. I want to eat my Christmas dinner. Like, I've been doing this for 6 years, and you haven't brought me any silverware. Why should I listen to you anymore? But at least Mourinho can just walk in with his fingers and say, you know what? I got these. If you want it, follow what I got to say.
About Mourinho and
5 goals in 7 games as soon as Mourinho joined. He was in poor form before then. His brother, Jose Mourinho, saying, where's Dele Alli? It's his brother playing. Like, how can he not have made players better?
No. I mean improved players like on a training ground. We'll have a young player like Oliver Skip. You know what I mean? Like Poch has shown us Oliver Skip can be ready for the first team soon. Mourinho, for me, that's a mentality thing. Dele Alli's looking at Mourinho and be like, you know what? Yeah, that's Mourinho. He's won trophies, and let me show him what I'm capable of now. Dele Alli didn't lose his footballing ability. He just went to sleep. You saw his celebration when he scored his 1 goal and he went like that. He woke up, he came out of his little poker ball, you know what I mean, and he's ready to go.
Welcome back to Transfer Talk. YouTuber and influencer Expressions Oozing is with us. His timeline's going off, apparently.
Yeah, come on. You know what I mean? The Oozing army, they're active.
We talked about Christian Eriksen earlier on. Let's talk about the future of another Spurs player, which is under real scrutiny at the moment. Jan Vertonghen. He's another one whose contract is coming to an end. So what do we think? What do you think the future holds for Jan Vertonghen?
You know what, yeah, this one's hard for me. I'm telling you, but I'm undecided. Feeling like Chris Brown, you know, them way there. You know them tune there. But you know what it is, yeah? Like, with him and Toby, I call them the Belgian barrier, you know what I'm saying? Yannick Vertonghen, Skywalker, and Toby Wan Kenobi, you know what I mean? A Star Wars thing. You know what I mean? Belgian barrier, you can't get through them. We had the best defence at one point. This season, and even last season, I'd say Vertonghen was our best defender. But you see, this season, like, it's so difficult for me. Like, I think he's just been exposed at left back. He's not a left back. He hasn't got the legs anymore. When he played up against Daniel James, it's like you got a man against like the Flash. You know what I'm saying? And he ran around him like Vertonghen probably aged 3 years after that game. Do you know what I'm saying? It was unbelievable. So for me, he's been exposed playing left back. He's been shocking. I'm not going to lie. He has been shocking at times. But our defence, I already told you, it's like a Texaco petrol station. It's open 24 hours. You know what I mean? So for me, like, he can't. I would do a swap for Koulibaly, but he has to stay. He has to stay.
That's not the game we're playing.
He has to stay. All right, cool. He's staying. You know why? And let me tell you why he's staying. Because, like I said, he's definitely staying. Because, like I said, Mourinho looks like Eric Dyer, like he's Sergio Busquets. You know what I mean? he thinks Aurier is Sadio Mane, yeah? Vertonghen, for me, like, he can do up bench. He could do up Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump, you know what I mean? That's what he can do, because we do need a new centre-back, you know what I'm saying? He is aging, but he's done too much for us. He's been at us for how long? A good 4 or 5 years. He hasn't won anything. We need to put some respect on Vertonghen. I'll give him a new deal 100%. I don't think he... Left-back, I don't want to see him. I will see him centre-back. Don't want to see him left-back. 100% he can stay, but we still need a new defence.
That's the point then you're making. So he stays, but as more of a squad player.
Yeah. Stays as a squad player. Centre-back, I want to say, I do not want to see him left-back. It's nah.
I think he's one of your longest-serving players.
That's what I mean. I've got love for Vertonghen, you know. Love for Vertonghen. Like, this season, that's what I'm saying. This season's exposed him. I don't want to just forget about what he's done for us. This season has exposed him. For me, last season, he was like our best defender. This season, if you ask me, who do you want to be captain? I'll say Vertonghen, you know. 100%. And it's not because I sat down and played Monopoly with him, you know, them way there. But, yeah, no, 100%. I would say Yannick and Vertonghen Skywalker, but I think he's been exposed, so the fans are looking at it like, you know what? He might want 150 to 100 or whatever in his contract. Why don't we just go and buy someone else? Do you know what I mean? And because we haven't bought that many players in general, like, remember with Lucas was our last signing, and then we just had a drought, like, and we need a rejuvenation of the squad. Some of the fans might tell him, it's time for him to move on, only because we need a rejuvenation of the squad. But for me, there's so many other players that need to go, man. He's got to stay in it. DJ Ironic, stay with me. You know what I mean?
Just one final point then, because do you think there's a chance that he could come again? And by that I mean you questioned his form, obviously.
Of course.
But Jose Mourinho has a great record with experienced defenders.
Thank you very much.
Look at Pepe, Ricardo Carvalho, Materazzi at Inter Milan, Javier Zanetti. Could he come back and be the mainstay?
Definitely. Trophy Mourinho can bring back a 40-year-old Ibrahimovic, a bag of hat-trick in the final. You know what I'm saying? Age ain't nothing but a number to Jose. You know what I mean? That's literally what it is. So with Vertonghen, it's a different scenario to Eriksen. Eriksen's young, you know what I'm saying? Eriksen's career isn't done. I just know he's mentally done at Tottenham. Vertonghen wants to stay. He wants a new deal. So for a man that wants a new deal, we need to give it to him, because you can't forget what he's done. You know what I mean? He's been one of our best defenders. Like, you know, he still is, to be, yeah. He's just had a rough patch, you know what I'm saying, for me. Nah, man, he's got to stay. Like I said, Davinson Sanchez, he's all right, but he's like my PlayStation. Like, he goes on standby, you know what I mean? And he falls asleep and then it costs us. You know what I mean? At least Vertonghen, his head's in the game 90 minutes. Yeah, he's this season, I can't say that. But prior to that, yeah, man.
OK, so an unequivocal go for Christian Eriksen, but stay for Jan Vertonghen. Yeah,
we'll talk about Vertonghen in just a second. We've been getting so many tweets, #TransferTalk at Sky Sports News, about the Eriksen chat. I'll just read a few out but before we bring you up to date with Jan Vertonghen. We've got Kovo, who says, if we were to sell Eriksen, I think Dybala or Bale would be the ideal replacement for him. Patrick says, Expressions is completely right, that our team, there's no midfield since Dembele left, and Eriksen is a shadow. Yeah, celebrate that. Jake D'Souza says, the Eriksen problem is the same as the Ozil problem Arsenal are having. He's a player that isn't performing like he did when he first signed. However, I would still want to keep him. I would also, that's Ozil, and I'd also like to keep Eriksen as a good player because we know that he has that ability. And one more tweet, actually, this one's for you, Expressions. John Hickey asks you a question.
Yeah.
He says he's loving the Spurs fan in the studio, all right? He says, I just want to know what flavour peanuts he'd rather, dry roasted or salted, for Christian Eriksen.
Yeah, like, tell him salted 100%, because right. I've seen enough dry. I've seen my team hold 7 in the new stadium. Like, I've seen the dry, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's it. We definitely need... Actually, no. Let me change that. Make it dry, because we can't keep a clean sheet. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll take the dry peanuts.
Right, Expressions Oozing is back. He's getting fans all the time. We've got a World Cup winner watching the show today, Ebony Rainford Brent, a new fan of yours.
Yeah, no, thank you. Much love. She said she's never watched football in her life, but she likes the energy, you know what I mean? I'm feeling like a Lucozade bottle out here, you know what I mean? Love that.
OK, well, we're going to talk, obviously, Spurs with you again, and we've spoken about Christian Eriksen, we've spoken about Jan Vertonghen. Yep. Now we've got your wish list, so let's take a look at who you would like Tottenham to sign. Now, before we get going, I mean, you're not really popping down the shop for a pint of milk. This is a big shop.
Bro, it's January sales, boy, you know what I mean? We can get some deals in. It's January sales, maybe we can get some discount.
Let's start at the top then, a new left-back, why?
Yeah, why? Because, I'm not going to lie, Davis, big loss. Like, we lost Davis, Mourinho was playing, I think he played one game under Mourinho, maybe? But, yeah, Davis got injured, and he's a big loss. I don't know when he's coming back. Danny Rose, even when fit, I think maybe he's leaving because there's times when he's just not been in the squad. Yeah, he hasn't had the best season, but Danny Cadbury's Roses is my guy. I would love if he was to stay, you know what I mean? But for me, nah, I think he's on his way out, innit? Like, he's obviously, his contract's nearing an end as well. So we need a new left-back.
Right back, Serge Aurier, you've not...
Yeah,
really...
he plays right wing, like I told you, innit? We haven't got a right back. Aurier thinks he's Sadio Mane, you know what I mean? I think it's maybe instructions from Mourinho, innit? You're not allowed to be in your own box or something in case you get a red card or something like that. Because like, when Aurier attacks, he throws in about 50 crosses. One of them will be an assist. And when he defends, yeah, bad things can happen, innit? You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it is, innit? So we definitely need a right back. I'll take that Max Aarons 100%, that Norwich, I'll take him. Yeah. I would have took the Ricardo Pereira even before when we sold Kyle Walker. Yeah. But now we're not getting him. He's at Leicester, and look what they're doing. Unless Jose Mourinho talks some sweet Portuguese in his ear, I don't see him coming over to Tottenham, do you?
Well, we've already spoken a bit about centre-back there with Jan Vertonghen, and you've already said you need a new centre-back. So what about a defensive midfielder?
This DM is the most important thing, and I'm not talking about a direct message from Daniel Levy on Twitter, yeah? I'm talking about a defensive midfielder. We need that. 100%, because I believe our defence is getting exposed simply because we've got no one covering. When we had Dembele and Victorious Wanyama in his prime, you know what I'm saying, yeah? We were unstoppable, went undefeated at the lane, covering the defence. But now, like I'm saying, it's just open. It's like when teams get the ball and they run into our half, their eyes light up, you know. I'm telling you, it's just like a Harrods Christmas tree, bruv. They love attacking us. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
And a forward? Forward is obviously, you know, this 100%. Injury to Harry Kane. Cover for that?
It happens every season. Either he rolls his ankle or, like, he gets one big injury per season, innit? That's one thing I can say. Obviously, Harry Kane, we love you, we need you and all of that, but he does get one big injury per season. Son can cover, but at the same time, I don't think we've got enough options. On that left side, Son needs to play there for me. So we need someone up top 100%. We need a target man. You see the way that we struggle without a target man. So I'll definitely bring in a forward as well.
And that's why we put forward rather than striker there, because you're thinking someone who can...
Yeah, so either someone across the front free or like one up top, innit?
So I think I know your answer to this, but if you had to sign one in this January window, which position would you like to fill?
100%. 100%, because I'm telling you, we're like, nah, there isn't anyone there I reckon we can transform. Winks, Iniesta, my brother, centre midfielder, box to box, ready to tango in Ndombele. I forgot I'm on Sky Sports. Ndombele, you know what I mean?
Careful.
Tango in Ndombele. Nah, it was PG. Tango, ready to tango in Bad Boy, come on. You know what I mean? Ndombele, he can't really stay fit, but he's not a DM. Like I said, he's like our Pogba, you know what I'm saying? We need someone to just do the nitty-gritty, you know what I mean? I'll get the team bus on the pitch to play DM. We need something stationary, something big, something powerful. We haven't got that in our whole squad, even our youngsters. We haven't got anyone I reckon we can bring someone through. Yeah, not Eric Dyer, so... And
if Jose's watching at the training ground, what would be your message to one of the greatest managers on the planet? Please, please, I called you Trophy Mourinho. Don't make them come for me. Continue doing what you're doing. I believe in you, you know what I'm saying? Some people might say, oh, Jose Mourinho, he's washed up, he's a fraud. No. Put some respect on your name. Everywhere he goes, he wins something. So, yeah, Trophy Mourinho, bring some silverware to Tottenham, please. That's my wish list. Stay there, Expressions, because there's a question from a viewer here, because we're going to have a number of influence on this show throughout January, OK? There's going to be YouTube, we've got some rappers on as well. Yes. If you say flex. I am. Stay there, OK? Right, because Flex United, who's coming on this show on Thursday, has tweeted in, using hashtag #TransferTalk, says, does Expressions want to keep Jose, stay or go? Yeah? It's you know the reason why he's saying that? Like, I keep telling him, innit? Like, we ain't got the same Jose Mourinho that was at Manchester United. Them man had a man that lived in London that rented a hotel. Yeah? That's what they had. They had a man that was commuting. We've got someone that's at home living in London, walking through Chelsea in a Tottenham tracksuit. You know, like that styling and profiling, the Portuguese Ric Flair. Woo! He can stay, yeah? You could tell Flex I said he can stay. Yeah, well, Flex is in here this week, isn't he? Right. Expressions, big thank you very much for joining your company today. We look forward to more influencers on throughout the month. Right.